What's cooking, guys, and welcome to another episode of MC Eats Life. Yes, that's right, there's no food here, just adventure. Today we're going to go down to a park called Labrador Park, not far from where I live. So it should be a nice trip out. Who knows what we'll see, who knows what we'll find. I'm hoping we'll find some wildlife, but you just can't tell. So no, I'm looking forward to it. Last time we were at Labrador Park, we saw an octopus, and it was really an amazing thing to see. It was there just swimming in the shallows, sort of playing in and out of the lapping waves. It was really brilliant, and made me certain I would never eat octopus again. So I'm hoping we get lucky and we see something like that today. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Well, in the meantime, let's go get on that bus and let's keep our fingers crossed that we see some wildlife. Okay, off the bus and just down by Labrador Park MRT station, and just thought I'd take a moment to appreciate the sky today. It's quite beautiful, isn't it, today? And then over there in the distance you can see the interlace. Interesting condo development. So just behind me is where the park is. I'm going to head over there now. Another day, another boardwalk. It looks like the tide is in a little bit more here today than it was where we were yesterday. Bit of water down there. It's not too busy at the moment, which is good. The odd person walking past, but it's not as busy as I feared it would be today. So let's see if we're going to see some wildlife today. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we see some snakes. Although I'm not expecting to. We might see some snakes, maybe even see an octopus. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? See an octopus. Let's go. When we've been along here before, we've seen crabs and fish and some beautiful birds, but we haven't seen much in the way of exciting wildlife other than the octopus down by the sea. So it'll be interesting today to see if we do see any wildlife. I'm going to be particularly quiet as I'm going through and keeping my eyes peeled. And if we're lucky, we might see some interesting wildlife. But even if we don't, it's a really beautiful place to come. And if it stays as quiet as this, I'm very lucky, because it's really lovely and peaceful at the moment. Let's go and see what we can see. Another day. Another kingfisher. I don't know if you'll be able to see it again. Let me get my camera in a better position. Just hanging out, isn't it? It's a nice walk down here, and it's quite strange because on one side of this you've got there's a squirrel going past. On one side of this you've got a big golf course, and then on the other side you've got this kind of industrial units, and there's a field here where they're often flying model aeroplanes and things, but you can hear the noise from the shipping containers, which isn't far away over that way. But it's like having this little oasis in the middle of all the industrial units and golf courses. But if it's really quiet and you just hear the sounds of the insects, then you do kind of feel like you've got out of the city, even though you're slap bang in the middle of the city. Oh, Mr. Squirrel's just appeared next to me. Can you see him? He's got something in his mouth. Yep, I'm talking to you, Buster. Gone. It distracted me when I was just looking at the water and think, oh, there's another squirrel over there. All right, show-offs. I'm just thinking, apart from the water being very brown, it does look really lovely. Come on, Mr. Squirrel, what are you going to do? Just going to hang out there for a bit? Oh, I haven't put any bug spray on. I'm going to put some bug spray on now before I get bitten to death. So it's about a kilometre walk down from the MRT station, along the boardwalk through the mangroves and the walkway down to the park. And it's very pleasant. It's a really hot sunny day today, and it's nice and cool under here. That's the good thing, I suppose, isn't it, about the thick canopy above us. Lots and lots of bird calls that you can hear, just can't necessarily see many. It's obviously the #1 hangout spot along here for squirrels, isn't it? Every few seconds there's another squirrel climbing a tree or eating a nut, jumping across. If only I hadn't done my fungi joke the other day, I could have saved it. I might just have to do it again. Oh, I bet that's good at a party. I can hear the tumbleweed. There's a few fish down there. I'd like to give a shout out to my newest subscriber, Fern Rudge, coming all the way from the UK to see what MC Eats is doing in Singapore. Welcome to the family, Fern, and I hope you enjoy the videos. So having reached the end of the boardwalk, you can then carry on, and this bit goes round to Keppel Bay. So you can see the Keppel Bay Towers over there, and then back down that way is where we were just a minute ago. And you can see the cable cars going from Mount Faber over to Sentosa, and the green buildings and bits over there where Universal are. And then if we pan around this way a little bit, past Sentosa, you can see some of the shipping containers and the industrial units in the far distance. And then just over here, keep panning around a bit further, and that's when you get into Labrador Nature Reserve. So we're going to have a walk through there and see what we can see. So here's the map of Labrador Nature Reserve. Zoom out a little bit so we can see. So we are here. We've just walked all the way from there along what's it called, Burlayer Creek, and then you can go along that way towards Reflections by the Bay and Keppel Bay, and then this is then the nature reserve up here. So we'll go for a walk, we'll go and see what we can see. There's a strange dragon's teeth gate, which is now some kind of replica of what used to be there, and there are a few little remnants of World War II for us to see as well. There are a few people out and about today, but it's not too busy here. I mean, it's hot and sunny, so I suppose some people will be put off by the fact it is so hot and sunny. Perhaps they'll come here a bit later on in the day or a bit earlier, but I'm not complaining. So as I said, last time we came, we were lucky enough to see an octopus, and in fact it was just about where I am now that we saw him, or her, playing in the water. I don't think, it's looking rather mucky down there. But then it was looking quite mucky that day. Don't think we'll be lucky enough to see it twice. It's a fine selection of rubbish and tyres in there, leaves and plastic and drinks containers. but our friend the octopus isn't there this time. It's a bit of a shame. Still, I do appreciate the view over there. That's lovely. I mean, less so the digger and the metal fence here. Maybe, I don't think that bit was here. That digger was here when we came, so perhaps the octopus saw the digger and thought, I'm not hanging around for that, I'm going to go somewhere else. So now I've reached Dragon's Teeth Gate, which, as impressive as it looks, and it does, and it dated back to 1349, but this one is a modern day recreation in 2005, so it's not quite the same, is it? Still going with the cable cars over there. I think we've still got a pass for the cable cars for a couple more weeks, so perhaps we'll go over there shortly. That'll be fun. I don't think I've ever seen as many cockerels and hens as I do and as I have in Singapore. Everywhere you go, you can be walking along the street in town and there they are, or here, which makes a bit more sense. What are you cockadoodle doing about? Right, I've come back to film these guys because I was filming a minute ago and I think the microphone stopped working. So I thought these guys were so cool that it's worth me coming back and doing another little video with them. So I think we've got Dad and youngster. Is that right? Dad and son, perhaps. Very peaceful. Just chilling out. And that one sniffing his dad's bum. So, oh, is that my dad? Oh yeah, bum smells. That's my dad. Nice speaking to you guys. Oh, another one of your friends is down there. The camera. Oh, he's going for a wee. He's going for a wee. I was just filming. One of your friends was down there. Right, I'll let you have your wee. You've had a wee as well. I just went back to do a bit of extra filming with the monkeys because the microphone might have stopped working when I was mid conversation with them before, and they're a right little character. I think it was a dad and son, and the son seemed quite interested in the camera. I was a bit worried that he was going to come and steal it from me, and they both did a wee, which I then took as a sign that it was time for me to go. So yeah, that was a nice unexpected surprise to meet those guys today. I think that just about brings us to the end of today's video. I wasn't expecting to see monkeys, and we did. That was a really lovely interaction. No snakes, but the search will continue. Thank you very much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, click the little bell, and join us again for the next episode. Leave us a comment if you think there's somewhere we should go and see and check out. But in the meantime, I think all there is to do is to say, see you on the next episode, and stay full.